We all love to browse Instagram and watch people's snaps and look at Facebook. However, I noticed, at least for myself, just how much time I'm spending on these platforms and decided I'm going to either change my habits or just keep doing what I'm doing. And then at the end of this video, you'll see why I'm deciding to change my habits and try to do something other than spend time on these platforms. Just a side note, I didn't add Twitter because I don't really do much on Twitter right now. So this is just looking at my activities on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And just a reminder, this is just a rough estimate, but let's start with Instagram. On a daily basis, I will browse Instagram, checking out friends' feeds, stories, etc. for about 10 minutes. But we'll do that about 4 times a day. We'll add an extra 10 minutes sending and replying to DMs. So in total, I'm looking at a time frame of about 20 minutes 4 times a day. That equals about an hour and 20 minutes out of the entire day I spend on Instagram. I'll browse Snapchat, respond back and forth to DMs, usually about the same amount. So that's about 20 minutes, but I'll do that about 3 times a day. So again, that's another hour out of the entire day I spend on Snapchat. Now, I don't spend as much time as I used to on Facebook, but I will go on it to quickly check and see new notifications, news, friends, family posts, etc. Maybe 5 minutes about 3 times a day. That equals 15 minutes out of the entire day spent on Facebook. It's not too bad. Altogether, on a daily basis, I spend about 2 hours and 35 minutes on these social media platforms. Now, mind you, sometimes I'll spend more time, sometimes I'll spend less, but this is a good average to go off of. Now, if I use that time frame and stretch it out to a weekly basis, that equates to about 17 hours and 35 minutes. Now, if you total that out to the month, which is usually 4 weeks, that equals 70 hours and 20 minutes. And then if we estimate that 70 hours and 20 minutes a month to the year, this equals 844 hours spent on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Now, 844 hours equals 35 days and 4 hours out of the year. That's over a month.
What?
35 days and 4 hours. When I did this calculation, I couldn't believe it. This means that I spend more than a month out of the year on these platforms looking at all types of posts, snaps, stories, etc. I don't believe that this is worth 1 month out of the year, and I'll definitely look forward to changing my habits so that this is shrunk down. So how long do you spend on these social media platforms? Obviously, your results would be different from mine, but with the popularity of the platforms and the celebs on them, it's kind of hard not to pay attention. Why don't you try calculating your time on them and see if it's worth your time? Until the next one, this was why knowing how much time I spend on social media matters.